Can I have some free whiskey, please? If anybody from any kind of whiskey company is watching, I'd really like some free whiskey. I can't give you anything. I don't really have the viewership to provide any sort of incentive. I just want free shit. 2017 for video games was outstanding, without a shadow of a doubt. And over the past 2 installments of Short Thoughts, I've been looking back over 6 specific games that I thought shaped 2017. And today I sit here ready to select just one of those games for the inaugural, the important, the ever-desired DarrylDoes Game of the Year. Now, it was a tough choice, don't get me wrong. The decision had me reeling for weeks. The 6 contenders were just so significant, so special to the video game culture this year. And all of them have left an impact of some description that will no doubt be felt throughout the industry in the years to come. In the end, the only way I could come to make that decision, though, was not by weighing up the positives of each of these games, but by taking into account their negatives. I asked myself, which of these games did I have the most criticisms of? Which of these games annoyed me the most? Or which of them didn't quite have that polish, or that shine, or that high standard that a Game of the Year award no doubt requires? Once I did that, once I weighed up all those negatives, 2017's Game of the Year became blindingly obvious. But before I reveal that game, I want to take you through my process. I want to take you through each one of my criticisms for these 6 games. Criticisms that helped me figure out which was the best of them, and shone a glowing light on one game in particular. First up, Fortnite Battle Royale. Please don't tell anyone where I am. Now, I'm sorry, but come on, it was never going to be Fortnite, was it? I mean, look, it's good fun, really good fun, and I am still playing the hell out of it. But ultimately, it's just a bit of a cash-in. A cash-in on a format that has shot to popularity over the past 12 months. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds already did it, and according to the numbers has done it much better than Fortnite Battle Royale. Fortnite simply stands here as my ambassador for the Battle Royale craze, the one that has rightly found its way into almost every gamer's playtime. And if there was a game mode of the year, then this would certainly take it. But Game of the Year? I'm sorry Fortnite, not this time. Not for a straight rip-off. What Remains of Edith Finch? Simulating walking up and down stairs. Walking simulator? No. I try. Now, Edith Finch is good. Astonishingly good. It's just not that long, and as such, it didn't etch itself deep into my memory this year. It was over almost too quickly, which, in a year full of 30-hour killers, knocks it back further than it probably should have done. Any other year, this may well have been my Game of the Year. Hell, I was pretty close to giving it the award this year. Ultimately though, its beautiful succinctness was its downfall, making it less outstanding than those that towered so high above it. It's Horizon Zero Dawn. Look, a Horizon? A Zero? And Dawn? Or a bumhole having a poo. It kind of does look like a poo coming out of a bum, doesn't it, that? Horizon Zero Dawn is so great, so gorgeous, so refreshing. And yet, after getting a third of the way through, I felt I had seen all it had to offer me. The length of Horizon Zero Dawn was too much, and it seemed like it had played all of its cards way too early. The first 20 hours were invigorating, exciting, and genuinely jaw-dropping. But then I lost my motivation. Horizon Zero Dawn's hooks just came loose, and I lost the will to keep on playing, especially with so much more of it in front of me, and very little reason to remain invested. I lost track of the story, got tired of feeling fearful of the machines, and ultimately stopped caring about the game. And that left me nothing short of heartbroken, especially since how much I was in love with the first act of the game. Assassin's Creed Origins. It's me! Shh, I'm an assassin. Don't tell anyone. I've got a knife and everything. Got a knife. Outside of Nintendo games, Origins is my favourite of the year, which is crazy. No, really, I never thought I'd grant an Assassin's Creed game such high praise. It's got character for days and is persistently charming. But, unfortunately, it's also a bit of a technical mess. Now, by no means is it as bad as what we've seen before in Assassin's Creed games. Origins is a vast improvement on the shitshows that came before it, but it can be a bit of a shitshow itself from time to time. Having an entire cutscene fail or having a poignant plot moment ruined by guards attacking you isn't exactly ideal. As such, it causes far too many distractions for what is otherwise a great game, and it also pulls it away from being anywhere near Game of the Year material. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the... Hold on. My stamina's run out. Okay. Alright. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game is like smoking. It's addictive as hell and often difficult to go a day without thinking about. But it is undeniably bad for you. Breath of the Wild just frustrates the hell out of me and pisses me off no end with its stupid stamina systems, consistent slaps in the face, and irritating aimlessness throughout the entire fucking thing. Yet, I love it. And I hate that I love it so much. I am losing hours of my life to something that I don't know if I like, and that cannot be a good thing. Breath of the Wild is pushing and pulling me in all directions with its simultaneously baffling and wonderful design choices. And a game that has left me in such limbo, left me perched on the fence about whether or not it is a good game, let alone a great game, simply cannot be Game of the Year. And why the fuck can't Link swim further than a toddler? I mean, what is wrong with him? He's supposed to be the hero of Hyrule, and he can't swim across a fucking lake. I can do that, and I'm notoriously out of shape. Super Mario Odyssey. What a shit shot. Super Mario Odyssey. Fucking Super Mario Odyssey. You know what the very worst thing about this game is? The very worst thing about this wanky little plumber and his stupid hat? The motion controls. Yeah, the motion controls. You know, the ones that are... They're kind of optional. And they don't actually affect the game at all, to be honest. Yeah, that's the worst thing about Super Mario Odyssey. Otherwise, the game's pretty darn perfect. When I came to sit down to write about all the criticisms I had for each of these games, the negativity and boiled piss flowed freely for all of them, except one. Super Mario Odyssey. The only complaint I really have about this game is that motion control gripe. And even that is such an inconsequential niggle that it has hardly affected my playthrough at all. As such, the winner is clear then. Obvious even. The inaugural DarrylDoes Game of the Year 2017 goes to Super Mario Odyssey.
Come on!
Super Mario Odyssey is a game brimming with style, packed to the rafters with substance, and designed with such finesse that it makes all the other great games that came out this year look like amateur efforts. Its gameplay reignites a childlike wonder and glee that I didn't think was possible to feel in my mid-20s. Its music and sound design complements that nostalgic feeling perfectly, becoming one of the most memorable in recent years. And its ability to surprise you constantly with every action you make paints a smile across your face that you'll struggle to get rid of. Super Mario Odyssey reminds us that games don't have to be droll, post-apocalyptic open worlds that ask the same task of you again and again. Instead, it reminds us that games can be joyous, light-hearted adventures that take place in densely packed, meticulously designed levels. Levels that leave a greater lasting impression than any other grand-scale landscape has done in the likes of Zelda or Assassin's Creed. Mario, with his array of platforming riddles, wondrous gameplay mechanics, inspired character designs, and his eagerness to get his nipples out for everyone, has stolen my heart. This game is a glowing example of how games should be made, of how they should be designed, and it lends further credence to Mario's cultural importance within the video game industry. There is a reason Mario has stood the test of time, and Super Mario Odyssey encompasses that reason entirely. Those behind the creation of Odyssey know what Mario means, know exactly what his games stand for. From the beginning, Mario was always about gameplay innovation, and more importantly, about making that gameplay innovation fun. This meant that with each Mario release, the bar was raised higher and higher, leaving Nintendo's competitors trailing, desperately trying to recreate what they never could. Once again, with Super Mario Odyssey, that bar has been risen one more rung, taking 3D platforming to a whole other level, and in some sense, resurrecting the aged genre. As such, Super Mario Odyssey doesn't just make a case for being the finest game of 2017, but for being the finest game ever made. So there we have it. The inaugural DarrylDoes Game of the Year goes to Super Mario Odyssey. A wonderful, wonderful fucking game that, without a doubt, deserves that accolade. Deserves it entirely. A game that is worth drinking to. That 100% worth drinking to. Any excuse, mate. Any excuse. So I raise a glass to Super Mario Odyssey. And more importantly, to the people behind Super Mario Odyssey. The developers, the creators. Whatever small part you had in making this wonderful, enigmatic game. This game that is quite possibly the best game ever made. This is for you. This award is for you. For everyone that was involved with Super Mario Odyssey. You are fucking legends. Cheers, lads. Cheers. It's good shit, that. It's good shit. So, what do you make of my choice for Game of the Year 2017? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I missed a game? Missed a game that should have been Game of the Year? Do you think Zelda should have been Game of the Year? A lot of people did, and I don't see why. That game pisses me off so much. Anyway, come and let me know down in the comments below or over on Twitter at DarrylDoes. And until next time, my friends, cheers. Cheers to a wonderful 2018.